necessarily mean how we can sing and get the church moving and how we can preach and get people on their feet. That doesn't really mean we're serving God, because the words say, not all that say, Lord, Lord, shall enter into my kingdom, but he that will do the will of the Father. What are you saying, Pastor? I'm saying it's not what you say, it's what you do. Serving God is what I do. Joshua said, choose you this day whom you will serve. It's not a talk we talk. Some of us can talk the talk, but we ought to be able to walk the walk. Jesus said, it's not those that just say, Lord, Lord. It's not those that say, that talk the good stuff, but he that will do the will of my Father. The reason I believe that a whole lot of us can't do God's will is that we haven't started on the right foot. There are three things I think is important in serving God. You see, one of the things that messes up is that somebody told us that when we get to church, we ought to praise. And so we just think worshiping and serving God being praising. So we come in the church door and start screaming and start yelling from the door, and we think we in church. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking down praising, because praising is important. But if there aren't any element in your praise, then your praise is nothing but noise. You ought to be careful that your praise is not noise. That's what Paul could write in the book of Corinthians. He said, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and I do not have love, I'm a noisy gong, or what? A tingling. I believe you're going to help me preach this. I'm a tingling cymbal. So somebody said, Pastor, I may have gotten it wrong. I come to church and I praise. Oh, no. I know I'm preaching to somebody. You come to church and you praise, but there's no difference in your life. You don't feel anything, and yet you're praising. You come to church and you give, and there's no difference in your life. You don't feel anything, but yet you're giving. You keep coming because they told you to come, because mama trained you that way, and you're uncomfortable being in your bed on Sunday morning. But the truth be told, you come to go through the motion, but there's nothing going on in your life, and you don't feel any praise. I'm trying to preach to somebody that knows what I'm talking about. The reason you don't feel it is that you got to get it right. You got to get it right. Joshua said, how do I get it right? He said, choose if you're going to serve the Lord. What does it mean to serve the Lord? Three things that I take my seat. The first one is you got to forsake the God